The legend, got to give him a proper intro, go all Bruce Buffer on him. Philip Ameris, we're here at the local laborers union of Western PA. Philip, what's up, man?
Nothing, Hunter. You're far too kind in your introduction there. I appreciate the kind words, but I'm definitely very humbled and excited to be able to sit down and talk with you about the laborers union in Western Pennsylvania.
For sure, man. So for people who are maybe watching this, of course, in the arena, at the Hollywood Casino, at the Meadows, or online on the live stream, or on social media, wherever you are, seeing us together might seem a little weird at first. 247 Fighting Championships, what are you doing with the Laborers Union? But we know Phil from cornering fighters. He runs TKD Ameris right outside New Kensington, right?
Right in the heart of New Kensington.
Right in New Kensington.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So you're no stranger to the combat sports game, man. What about this makes it a good pairing to you working with us?
Well, I think, ultimately, our family has roots, obviously, in the martial arts in New Kensington since 1977. And when you think about martial arts, and particularly traditional martial arts, what we teach at our dojang, there's a lot of hard work aspect to it. So when we're looking to recruit and we're looking at moving our labor movement forward into the next generation and really building a bigger labor force, a bigger union labor force, particularly in construction in Pittsburgh, it kind of trickles back for me to that hard work that I've picked up through the years and learning those on the mats.
Yeah,
so.
It is funny how there are some similarities there for you. And I was thinking on the drive in, I was just connecting the dots as well. At 247, we always need fresh blood. We need new fighters. If there's not new fighters, we can't grow the combat sports community. And I understand you guys are in the same situation right now. You need new recruits badly.
Absolutely. I think there's a lot of businesses and companies that are recruiting in today's market. What kind of sets us apart, being one of the biggest labor unions, quite frankly, in the United States, is that we're always building. There's always work, and we're offering free training to folks that are interested to really build a career from start to finish throughout our union.
Yeah, that's perfect. I was watching a commercial that you guys sent us as well, and it got me hyped. I kind of wanted to apply for a job here. It sounds super appealing. Just tell the people what can they expect when they sign up for a job here? What exactly does that mean? Because to me, you can see, I got no calluses on these hands, Phil. I type on a keyboard all day. I'm not a laborer, so I didn't really know what this was all about, and that commercial really helped. So I think other people could benefit from a little briefing as well.
Yeah, absolutely. So I think that, we always tease, within our organization that everybody in Pittsburgh is pretty much one person away from a union member. And if anyone that is watching this and wondering, well, what does the laborers union do? What do they actually do? Our union is made up primarily of building and highway construction. So any building, any of the big buildings that you've gone to, downtown Pittsburgh, think Consol Energy Arena, think any of the hospitals, a lot of the mixed use development that's popping up all over throughout the strip, throughout the whole area, or any road that you drive on. The North Shore Connector, Route 28, everything through the tunnels. Our guys have an active role in building and maintaining, safe structures for all of us, whether that be, building structures or transportation. So, anything from site development to site cleanup and really everything in between. The laborers are typically the first person on the job and the last to leave.
What does it look like right now in Pittsburgh, the landscape? If somebody sees this and says, hey, I think I want to sign up, could they expect to find work immediately? What would that process look like?
Yeah, work right now for us, thankfully is flush. We are actively pursuing members. We started a membership drive over the last, I would say 6-7 months, and we've been able to turn, I would say a couple of hundred people that through our recruitment portal into direct jobs almost immediately.
That's awesome. And something else that definitely stood out on that commercial to me was I kind of joked how I'm not a manual laborer, but it sounded like I could come in and sign up and you guys would train me. I would learn how to do whatever it was that needed and then get rolling. Is that how it works?
Yeah, absolutely. So we have two avenues of training. One, if you want to go into our full apprenticeship program, which there's enrollment periods. Secondly, if you're looking to, maybe if you have some experience and you want to get up and running right away, we have certifications at a renowned training center in Saxonburg, Pennsylvania, with a full staff that's able to provide free training to the folks that we are recruiting and get them out and running as quickly as possible. We've been doing recently asbestos certifications to get guys up and running in that area of work, flagging certifications, rebar and rod tying, which is like all the bridge building basically that you would see, and everybody knows Pittsburgh has a lot of bridges. Concrete work, scaffold building, traffic control, foreman training, gas pipeline work. I mean, the labors are it's almost kind of like MMA. You think about MMA as being the guys that are kind of the jacks of all trades. That's truly the labors. In MMA, you got to box, you got to kickbox, you got to wrestle, you got to do some jujitsu. We do a little bit of everything, and we're very proud of that.
I think what everybody who's probably interested in this will be wondering is, well, what does the pay look like? Everybody wants to make money, right? And from what I understand, this is very competitive, a really solid wage that you guys offer here.
Sure, absolutely. So one of the biggest benefits of being in any union, quite frankly, is that the wages are typically reflected in that. Usually union wages are a little bit higher than companies that we would call in a private market. But, wage packages and totaling, for guys that work on the road for road construction, they're upwards of $50 an hour. You're talking about anywhere from, in the $22s to $28 an hour take home. And then the remaining would go into what we call maintenance and benefit package, which includes a viable pension for when you retire, and also healthcare insurance, which, by the government, this is not me selling our healthcare insurance, but Uncle Sam actually calls our healthcare insurance Cadillac coverage. We have some of the best healthcare insurance that, quite frankly, that you can get. And that's one of the things that we really pride ourselves on, giving our members good, viable healthcare insurance and a reliable pension for when they hang up the hard hat.
Well, that definitely sounds super appealing, man. What do you guys look for, a particular age range or anything for that? I assume some of the work is physically demanding, obviously, but what kind of recruit are you specifically looking for?
Absolutely. We've recruited people into our apprenticeship program, straight out of high school. Age 18, 19, ready to get up and running. We've seen a lot of stuff locally now, kind of that sweet spot market where we get a lot of people is that age, call it 22 to 40 is where our recruitment drive has really shown our numbers to be the highest. But, we have laborers, all the way working up into age 58, 60, 62 and collecting a full pension and retirement from us. So it's truly something that you could learn a skill and build up all the way and retire.
Yeah, it sounds like, to me, it's not a summer job. This is a potential building block to a real full-fledged career for people.
Yeah, absolutely. And the greatest thing is that, like so many things in life, what you kind of put in is what you're going to get out, right? So if you really take advantage of our training is free to all members. So, what most guys do is they'll work in through, the busy season, and then when things trickle down, they'll go get trained up. And we always recommend guys go get trained, go get trained, go get trained. But, the more training that you have and the better you are, these companies, our biggest companies, they're not letting guys go. They want to get you, they want to keep you, they want to mold you to going from a laborer to potentially being a foreman and to a superintendent.
Right.
And that's what we really see a lot from our guys, particularly because they can do a little bit of everything. So they're familiar with every aspect of the work.
Sure. One thing that stood out right away, you guys can see how he's dressed. This guy is just spiffed to the max. But we walked in, you guys had branded welcome mats. Your branding is everywhere. It's super clean, nice facility. It looks like you guys really do take pride in what you do. Is that an intentional reflection on your part?
Yes. Everything is intentional. You always say that attitude reflects leadership. And we're very proud to have one of the most forward-thinking business managers in the entire United States. I could say, quite honestly, our business manager, Philip Ameris Sr., is a powerhouse in the labor movement. He's someone that lives it. He sets the example for all of us by leading the example and by leading by the front. And this is something that's very near and dear to his heart. So we take a lot of pride in what we do. And quite frankly, we should. Right? We have a lot of good people. We have a lot of good working class families that we're responsible for. Not just the guys on the road, but their families as well. Our local area of jurisdiction is all of Western Pennsylvania. So if you take our state, you chop it up into 3, and you look at State College all the way over to West Virginia, up and through Erie, and then down, obviously the greater Pittsburgh area. Our local here, our district council here in Western Pennsylvania, services about 15,000 members.
Wow.
Now, if you think about those are just the guys working, most of those people have families, right? So you times that number by 2, 3, 4. There's a lot of people on there that depend on us to keep forwarding our movement and provide good things like the healthcare and like pensions and accurate training. And really working for them. So it's something that we absolutely take a lot of pride in.
That's beautiful, man. Now, we are downtown Pittsburgh right now, like smack dab downtown. Where, if somebody wanted to sign up, do they come here, or are there branches? Like, where would they necessarily go if they were in the area?
Sure, absolutely. So we'll provide you with, and actually at the fights there'll be some information. There'll be QR codes that if guys are attending the fights or girls are attending the fights, they could just snap on the QR code and they could it'll put them to a direct portal where they could fill out their information right there. But if you're not at the fights and you're joining us some other way, just go on our website, laborpa.org. laborpa.org. All the information for recruiting and all those things and how to get in and where you could go can go from there. So we have local union branches throughout all of Western Pennsylvania. There's about a dozen locals throughout Western Pennsylvania. Some specifically in Johnstown, right around from the arena where you guys have the fights. Ours here locally, local 1058, which where I work. Right in downtown Pittsburgh is our heavy highway construction. We have another local for Allegheny County for building construction, local 373 in Monroeville. But there's one in Katanning, one in Butler. So we're spread out up in Erie, to kind of service the entire, our entire jurisdiction.
July 9th, Brandenburg 12. Philip Ameris with the Laborers Union of Western PA. Like he said, go to laborpa.org, right? If you want to learn more, come make some money, start a career.